The train transports passengers and is one of the most powerful vehicles on land. And the engine of Washington are the power behind the docks, industries, and branch lines that make up the Washington Mountain Railway. This is Marc and Trucky. Francis had a bad day. The coaches have been rude to him and he was cross. Pretty sure those aren't meant to be coaches, but are trucks disguised as coaches. They should be scrapped. I won't have it. The coaches behaved properly on the mountain railway. What mountain railway? The Hallenbrid Mountain Railway in the northeast of the island. It's a railway that climbs mountain. But I can't. Its wheels would slip. But I can. The controller of both railways are France. It can't. It can. Just as they were to argue, Garrity shunted the engine on the flatbed. It was a mountain engine. Its boiler was tilted. Its cylinders were back to front. This is Hallenbrid. He's named after the Hallenbrid Mountain Railway. He was sent to England for an overhaul, and now he's returned. But before he goes, I thought he'd like to talk with you guys. Thanks for letting me talk with my flat flans. Looks like something from Steampunk era. Oi! Alright, Garrity, you can fetch your goods now. Garrity coupled to his goods string and set off. It was the first time the engine met each other. Our railway is similar to the Sudrian Mountain Railway. The Hallenbrid and Snowden are the only mountain railways in the UK. We weren't even built in England, just in Switzerland. Please tell us. I will happily do so. Our railway opened 3 years after the Sudrian Mountain Railway. Before the lines opened, I was testing how safe it would be to travel on. Down below was a nasty curve. At the time, there were 5 engines. I was chosen to test line. The other engines watched me leave the shed. They must have been worried. Indeed they were. I learned about ladders on the Sudrian Mountain Railway, which suffered an accident on its opening day. Unfortunately, one engine suffered and like ladders, but we'll save that story for later. For now, I was placed at the peak of the tallest mountain in Macleod. Brakes off! Wait, what? I slipped backwards and shoved down the mountain. I wanted to stop, but couldn't. Then, before I fell, I realized I had automatic brakes, which worked on seamlessly. I stopped and felt relieved. The manager was proud, and even on my first day, he was impressed. He officially opened it to the public. Wow, I guess I was wrong. That's risky and impressive, and he didn't know. What's going on? Oh, it's Hallenbrid, the mountain engine. My name is Trainz. I am married to Geoffrey. Nice to meet you. We used to put 2 coaches to the summit, but due to an accident, we are allowed to push 1 coach. That is just the thing Bernice did. Who is Bernice? Ernest was the #1 of the Hallenbrid. Macleod, he took to the helicopter. He looked online, looking anywhere but the track. You will have an accident that eventually if you don't shut up or pay attention. I have good brake blocks. No engines could stop once if he doesn't obey its driver. The manager, his driver, and fireman took him to pieces if anything was wrong. Nothing was, but they forgot about his brakes. As I was stopping at the station, it all happened at once. Well, it was supposed to be a grand opening ended in disaster. Ernest stopped the rails because he was going too fast. The coaches thankfully stopped, though one passenger was injured. They brought him to the shed the next day. The manager said he was too expensive to repair, so they placed him at the back of the sheds until nothing was left. Oh my god! Yes, that's why we only take one coach now. Also, they forgot to check the brakes before leaving. Well, looks like I have to go. We now know that as much as traveling on mountain by Trainz brake, it is highly risky. The wind can be the enemy the higher you go.